Hi guys, Jessica here. Got some things to talk about, just more kind of rambles. I just like to sit here and kind of work on things and talk about some of the things that have been going on or that I've been thinking about. I'm enjoying this format. And I have heard some people like hearing these too, so I will blab away. I'm not as far along on my books for the doll meat as I would like. I do have them all hole punch for the most part. I do need to put the decorative bindings in. I'm going to try doing that a different way to see if it goes a little quicker. But I have some ideas. I want to do the decorative bindings with beadwork. And so we'll see how far we get. But I have been doing some of the kind of decorative stitching that I'm working on these. So I've made some progress. I definitely would have hoped that I'd be a little further along, but that's the way it is. I do want to talk about these two, my headless boy, and he's always I've always kind of standing him next to Trinity. It wasn't, I didn't necessarily have it in my mind that they were going to necessarily have much to do with each other or anything, but it was just always what happened when I was trying to find, check his height against my Lily Cat girls to see where, and she also has the lowest sized heels on. So and I do have flats for her too, but she was wearing these low heels, so she's the one that he always gets standing next to because he's kind of a little on the short side. I think a head's going to help with that, and you can see I've actually got him standing on a little thing here. She's standing on something too, so this puts them more a little even footing. But I'm thinking about them more, and I've got a little bit of character information starting to. I really didn't have much of an idea for him character-wise, and so I have an idea now, and I don't know how much I'm going to stick with this. But I do like the idea, and I may keep it for another character down the line or something. But so basically, I want him to be a human character, and with the clothes that he's wearing, I'd probably put him in the early 1900s, probably pre-war, but not quite. So probably pre-World War I. So just not quite in the same time. Edith, I guess, is more. I consider her times frame and the clothes that she wears to be more 1920s and post-war. So he would be maybe a generation or half a generation earlier than that as far as time goes. I don't know why that's important, but I do like to having an idea of the time that they're from or that I'm working with. It helps give me more inspiration too. But his name is Seamus. And he is a human, and he has a special skill, or a magical skill. So everybody's special. They always have some sort of magical skill or something about them. But his special ability, and some consider it a curse, some consider it a blessing. He might be more along the lines of thinking of it as a curse, but he is a she-seer. So she is the Gaelic word basically for the old ones, or elves, basically fairies. And he has the ability to see through the glamour of fairies and So if they are trying to hide or they are trying to trick you, you know, with their appearance, he will see through that. And that is not always a good thing, because basically he can see through fairy glamour. And the fairy glamour is a very, very powerful magic that even most fairies cannot see through the glamour of another fairy. There are some of those powerful ones, or that can, or can break another fairy's glamour, but it is a very, very powerful magic. And Seamus is able, he doesn't break it per se, but he can see through it. He he can see the Fae, and so the Fae don't really like humans that have this ability, and they tend to go out of their way to get rid of them. So they will kill a lot of fairies. Will kill the she-seers if they figure out that somebody is, that a human is one of these. They'll kill them. Some Fae like to they will make them basically into slaves, because it is a very powerful ability, because again, most Fae can't even see through other Fae's glamours. So if you can capture and make one of these a slave, that can see through glamour, it can potentially be a powerful weapon for you. So if you're a Fae. So Seamus, I don't know a lot about his story. You know, this is still kind of formulating. When I had kind of started thinking about this, he tries to hide. He tries to hide what he is, and he doesn't talk about. He walks around in the human realm, basically. So there's the fairy realm and the human realm, or the normal realm, and he walks around, and there are fairy people everywhere, and there are a lot of them that walk around among humans, hiding as one of them or as other things, and he sees them, and he has gone to great lengths to train himself to not react, and not let them know that he knows, basically. So that's his ability. So I still don't know exactly how this is going to happen, but Trinity is going to be in the human realm looking for her sister, and she has spent a great deal of her life doing this activity, and like a lot of Fae, she does have she can navigate some portals and get to other times. So a lot of Fae have that ability, but she's looking for her sister, and she is in her white deer form. Most of the line from Danu are basically, they have a white deer form. A lot of them have this form, and it is a form of glamour. But she is looking for her sister, and she's in her white deer form, and she runs across Seamus. And I'm not sure how that's going to go exactly, if he's going to be hunting or if he's just going to be like hiding in the woods, how that's going to go, but they are going to meet, and he's going to do something that gives himself away, that he can see through Trinity's glamour. And I think that he's going to be fearful, when he realizes that she can see, that she sees, that she knows that she knows. He's going to be fearful of that. So there's going to be some kind of dramas and story stuff that can happen there, which I think is really interesting. But I do think that perhaps eventually Trinity might try to take Seamus back with her to Fairy. Not just Fairy in general, but to Danu's realm, which tends to take in a lot of types of asylum seekers, and somehow she's going to talk Danu into letting a she-seer into the realm, and which a lot of Fae might consider to be enemies of Fae, to be one of these. So that's kind of my story idea. Like I said, I don't know. His head hasn't even arrived, and things might change once I have his head. Whether that Tauren head might not even work. So we'll just. This is my idea, though, and like I said, if it doesn't work for him, maybe eventually somebody else will get that storyline. So. Excuse me. Oh, and it's today it's Pepsi. My vice today is I get to have some Pepsi. It's made with real sugar, so it's good for you. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. So other news. This thing's probably going to cut me off. I just know it. But other news is. Where's my glove? So I've been doing. Remember when you were a kid and there was always that kid that was somehow always taking off all their clothes and like losing their clothes and running around naked. I feel like in a lot of ways I'm that kid. Like my gloves, my hand brace thing is gone. I have no idea where it is. I'll have to go find that. I guess my bra's kind of like that too. It's either goes off and I don't know where it went, or sometimes it goes on me. Like I don't want the thing on me and it's like suddenly on. I don't want bras and me are mortal enemies. But anyways, okay. Come back here, computer screen, because I wanted to show. So guess who got Den of Angels marketplace access? This girl. So my access was activated yesterday afternoon, and guess how long it took me to buy something off the marketplace? Like a matter of hours. It was super bad. So this was something that I had been on the lookout for and had put. I'll just kind of, I don't know if we can move that there and you can see him. Can you see that? So it's a twiggling Eloy head. I don't know if I'm saying that right. My stand is gonna fall over. So twiggling Eloy head, which I have just really been wanting, and I have some ideas for that guy as well. But he should be right. I bought him. I bought the head. He is in Oriental skin, which I think that these heads were casted by Dalshi. So I think that is like a, looking at the Dalshi site and with their Oriental skin, to me it looks like a normal pink or, kind of a pinker type of resin. So I'm looking at bodies. I would love to have a fifth motif body for him. That's just not going to be happening anytime soon. I mean, that's I do someday I want to own a Veneto. I mean, that is just one of those dolls that I always like those, and so someday I will own one of those. But for this Eloy, I'm looking for an SD body that's more in the $300 range. So I'm looking at some different things, and I'm most leaning towards, I think, Impel doll, really. They have a 72 centimeter body that I'm pretty impressed with for the price, and it looks like a really nice body. I really like the anatomy. The joints look nice. Um, uh, it's a buff body, but it looks like, you know, a lot of those kind of buffer bodies, when they move their joints, like it's like bam, big cracked joint, you know, and that's just kind of how that goes. But I like how the joints look. So there's not too many buff bodies that have like, oh, they actually have some pretty joints. Like I'm just usually like, well, if I have a buff body, he's not gonna have pretty joints. So that's kind of nice. And not even paying, you know, $500-600 for it, because I really like the Dolce Pose Plus body. That's I think it's pretty new, and I like the body before this. The joints are really cool looking. It has a neck joint, and so someday I want that body too. I think it's just the engineering and the way it looks. I'm not necessarily one of those people that you can't see the joints and you can't tell that it's a doll. I mean, I do like them to. It's okay if they look like a doll to me. If they have things like that, I think that's kind of cool too. I like evidence of dollness. So that's what might be is going to happen. I'm still considering and thinking about things, and I might have to wait a bit too, because I kind of spent some money this month on doll stuff. But I figure I'm working a lot. I knew that was going to happen, as that spring and summer were going to start coming, and I knew that was going to happen right when I was almost done. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for watching and joining me in Dolly chatting and drinking forbidden real sugar soda. So hope you all have a great Friday. I'm working tomorrow, but I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.